Hey guys, this is Frozen 2 and Share Things Fanboy Dustin 4 here, and welcome back to another video. And today is the Day of the Dead. Yeah, happy Day of the Dead to you all. I give you my condolence for your lost ones, your lost loved ones, and to celebrate Day of the Dead, sadly I was not able to go to the cemetery because there's no one to take me. So I mean, usually I would celebrate it by watching a Day of the Dead related movie. Either Coco or this one I'm gonna be reviewing right here. I'll definitely be watching and reviewing Coco this month for its later on this month for its fifth anniversary. But this movie I'm reviewing right now is The Book of Life. So The Book of Life is directed by George R. Gurites, produced by Guillermo del Toro, or I think co-producer, I'm not sure. Stars Diego Luna, Zoe Saldana, Channing Tatum, Roel Perlman, Christina Applegate, Ice Cube, Kate Del Castillo, who's probably known as playing the main villain in Bad Boys for Life. Danny Trejo, and all. Yeah, there's a lot of like A-list stars in here. So yeah, okay. So basically, the Book of Life tells the story of two men named Manolo and Joaquin who fight for the love of Maria. And basically, Si Baba and Mary Beth are two spirits. They're a couple, and they make a bet on who's gonna marry who. Si Baba is on Joaquin's side, while Mary Beth is on Manolo's side. Yeah, so basically in the beginning, Maria gets the town into trouble, and then she gets the town into trouble due to a bad decision, and she's sent to a foreign boarding school because of that. And yeah, so when Maria comes back, yeah, they become older, and yeah, I'm sure you know what I mean by that. And then still Baba tries to get cheats but to make Joaquin marry Maria by giving him the Medal of Honor, which makes him immortal and strong. And he literally sends a snake to kill Manolo and Marie, and yeah, and send him to the land of the remembered, which is the land for the dead, and those who will be remembered. So Manolo must go on a journey to get back to Maria, and yeah, I think you know where I'm going with that. I think I'm giving away too much. So yeah, The Book of Life. Yeah, man, I have nostalgic memories from this film because honestly, back then, this was actually one of my favorite movies of all time. Back when it came out. Yeah, I mean, I was obsessed with this movie. I remember when I saw How to Train Your Dragon 2 in theaters, I got the trailer for this movie. I got the preview for this movie, and that's probably like the first time I heard this movie, and it looked very interesting. I was sold to this movie. I was actually hyped when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, this looks really exciting, and I gotta see this, and I saw it, and even my mom was excited for this. This is actually my mom's favorite movie of of its respective year, 2014. And yeah, so let's talk about the Book of Life. Yeah, I mean, it's been 8 years now since this movie has came out. Wow, where has time gone? And yeah, after revisiting this movie today on Disney Plus, I gotta say this movie still holds up. This movie is still a masterpiece, and I can totally see why this is my mom's favorite movie of 2014. Yeah, this is certainly one of the better anime films that year. Um, Probably although I would say there are three anime films I prefer more. Big Hero 6 is my favorite, and then we have Lego Movie and Dragons 2, and then Book of Life is like number 4. Honestly, I gotta be honest, 2014 is actually my favorite year of 2010's decade. Honestly, I find 2012 to be kind of overrated. I mean, of course, my favorite DreamWorks movie released that year, which I'll definitely make an analysis on it. Yeah, my favorite DreamWorks movie is Rise of the Guardians. It came out that year, and it had the underrated Brave and of course Wreck-It Ralph. But I don't think it's the best year for animation, like what everyone says it is, or the best year of the decade. I think 2014 is my personal favorite because it had four masterpieces and other great movies and less terrible movies. I mean, yeah. But seriously, yeah, this is seriously one of the better ones, and yeah, let's not forget this movie it's from the same studio as Freebirds. I mean, yeah, sure, yeah, maybe I could have been skeptical about it because my God, Freebirds sucks ass, and I'm definitely gonna be ranting on Freebirds on on Thanksgiving Day because I can't stand Freebirds. Ugh. I mean, I was actually never skeptical despite from the same studio because I love the trailers. I think the trailers looked promising. Yeah, and yeah, I love this movie so much. This movie really I really have a soft spot for this movie. It's a movie that feels very personal to me. And yeah, so where do I start with this? I mean, where do I start with this? So first of all, I gotta say I absolutely love the story. I mean, this feels like a more mature story. I mean, it's not like your typical anime movie formula. Thank God for that. I mean, yeah, sure. There's some really like comedic reliefs that are like that can be more appealing to kids. You know, like those three singing men and the Ice Cube. I forgot the name of the three guys. The comedic relief guys. I know Ice Cube. But they're actually really funny. And plus, this movie does a really great job of mixing seriousness with the comedy. I mean, the comedy is there for the kids, but this movie is actually for this movie is, I mean, this is like probably the soul of 20, of the 2010s decade. It's like Soul actually. Yes, no, it's not good as Soul definitely, but like Soul. I mean, in terms of like the maturity and stuff. I mean, this is a movie that absolutely tackles heavy themes of life and death. Like and it speaks to adults. I mean, the movie is actually speaking to adults more than kids, which is actually what makes me really love this movie. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro is a genius. I love him. Like, especially anime films. Yeah, I am hyped for Pinocchio. Yeah, his new Pinocchio movie. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro could be like one of the greatest anime directors. I think he just needs to make more animated movies. Yeah, and also like this movie does a really good job of capturing the Mexican culture perfectly and very real and almost realistically, I should say. This movie feels realistic like when it comes to explaining how the culture works and stuff. Of course, except for the fantasy elements, I don't think they that's definitely not realistic. Also, yeah, this movie has very this movie has some elements to it that are for adults that aren't really suitable for kids. You know, like for example, the scene when Manolo gets a snake bite I mean Maria like dies like tragically die. Oh well, Soko dies, but then I think Joaquin brought her back to life. While Manola's in the dead. Yeah, I mean the way that they handle like dying, that was so real. That was so like how do I say it? So unsettling. Yeah, it was unsettling to see Maria die. Yeah, because Maria is probably my favorite character, but in the movie. But I'll get to that later. But seeing her die is just so tragic and sad, and yeah, and yeah, I know. Yeah, wow. So basically, what I mean by that, what all of that saying is that I think it's for kids. The reason what makes it for kids is mostly like the comedy and the colors and the animation and how colorful it is. That's appealing to kids. But when you look into the story is what makes this movie for more for adults. I think it's better like targeted for older audiences. Like it's a story, and that's what I love about this movie. It's just brilliant, man. I absolutely love the animation. The animation is just absolutely gorgeous. It looks like a feast to the eye. Yeah, first of all, like yeah, the characters are made of wood. No other characters like I mean, no other anime films have used. I've never seen any other anime style use this before. Like I mean, I meant to say no other anime films have used this style before. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. And yeah, I absolutely love the town of Mexico. It looks gorgeous. Character designs are amazing. How could they make Maria this hot? Yeah, seriously, I'm sorry, I'm Gogo, but Maria is now officially my crush of 2014. Yeah, how could they make her like this? But that's not the only reason why she's my favorite character. She's just a badass, and you really root for her all the way through since Maria is like deciding on who to marry and Manolo and Joaquin are like battling against each other. I've always rooted for Manolo from the start because not only because not just because Manolo is the main character, but because you actually feel the chemistry, the romance between Manolo and Maria. I think this is probably one of the greatest love stories I've ever heard. Yeah, no joke, guys. But when it comes to like Joaquin and Maria, I don't really feel. I mean, it's not a criticism, honestly. It's not even nitpick, but I don't feel their chemistry together. Like you can tell that they don't have a strong chemistry, which is probably what makes Manolo like but what it's probably because I think the filmmakers are doing it on purpose because they want you to root for Manolo because Manolo is the main character. I'm so glad that they're together. Honestly, Manolo and Maria are probably one of the greatest animated couples, or probably just right up there with Miles and Gwen and Christopher and Anna, or Anna and maybe more couples. I guess Shrek and Fiona. But Manolo and Maria are probably like in my top 10 favorite animated couples of all time. Yeah, I'll probably rewatch this for Valentine's Day maybe, but yeah, that's probably why this is one of my favorite romance love stories because you actually feel their chemistry like together and it's amazing and okay, where was I and also I love Manolo's journey of how do I say this, yeah, I absolutely love Manolo's journey being a full bite of being himself, or and doing what he's destined to do when he's but then he's being controlled by his family. In fact, yeah, people say that this movie is nothing similar to Coco. Actually, yeah, I mean, besides the taking besides this movie representing Mexico and the Day of the Dead, this movie has that subplot of the main character like loves music, but music destroys the family, the main family's tradition. So the main character gets rejected for trying to play music, and how do I say this and then but the main character never stops playing music even if it goes against his family. So later on in the end he makes his family appreciate music. That's very similar to Coco. That's pretty much just like Coco, the family tradition. And this movie like says a really good message that that we're all different. Just because we're a family doesn't mean we have to like have the same traditions. Like we don't need the same talents. We can have different talents. Yeah, and if Manolo likes to sing and no one else can, then let's let it be. Yeah, that's a very strong message, and more of a message for parents than kids, I should say. Yeah, this movie feels like it's yeah, that's the thing. This movie is actually sending a message to parents more than kids, which is probably like what makes it more adulty. It's because of the message that this movie is trying to tell, and the themes as well. And speaking of the music, my god, the songs are incredible. Yes, sure, they don't use some actual songs from like original songs unlike Coco, but I mean I love the way they sound. I mean there was Creep, which I absolutely love. There was what's that the best Elvis Presley song, Can't Help Falling in Love, which is arguably the best Elvis Presley song. Seriously, Elvis would be probably proud of hearing Diego Luna's beautiful voice. Man, Diego Luna is an amazing singer, and but the best song of the film, and quite possibly the best scene of the film for me is when Manolo sang remember the apology song to the bull. Yeah, man, that is such a heartwarming scene. It is beautiful. Like, and it even made me cry, kind of cry. Yeah, I cried at that scene when the Manolo sang to the bull. Yeah, that was just beautiful, man. And yeah, by the way, the line of the remembered is just gorgeous on every single level possible. Like in fact, I think this is one of the greatest animations. Like this is one of the most gorgeous looking animations I have ever seen. Period. Like, wow. Like, how could they like make it like this good? I just don't believe my eyes. Yeah. And yeah. So yeah, it looks gorgeous, and even the Land to Remember It, it looks gorgeous. It looks so detailed. Of course, Land to Remember It is better, but the Land of Forgotten is also as gorgeous. And oh yeah, another element for adults, like I forgot to mention, there's a scene where like this guy was about to like chop Manolo. What was he was about to like straight up murder Manolo, but to test him if he's strong. Well, of course, Manolo like defend was able to defend himself from it. Yeah. That scene was for that scene was like yeah, that scene was for yeah, I'm sure that what it, I'm sure you know what I mean by that. And yeah, also like the comedy is actually really good. Yeah. Oh yeah, I already talked about comedy earlier. I won't get back that to that. And yeah, just gorgeous. Now I do have one nitpick with the film. I will admit that Shakal is a pretty weak villain. Now he's not a bad villain. He doesn't really affect the movie that much. But I mean, I'll admit there are some redeeming qualities to him, like how he's actually a badass and possibly one of the strongest animated villains. But I think the problem is that you just don't know anything about him, except for the fact that he's strong. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I wish there was more development with him, but I don't really mind. And also, like this movie may have a little. This movie is a tad bit rushed. I think like the movie like could have like been I could have added like 10 minutes or 15 minutes longer to expand the story. Like I wish they spent more time in the land of the remembered land of the Dead specifically. But I mean, the movie is so good that the pacing issue and any flaw that is actually easy to ignore. Yeah, brilliant. So overall, the Book of Life is a masterpiece. I think it's underrated as well. Yeah, this movie is underrated because, I mean, not I know many people like it, but not no one talks about it. No one like gives it the appreciation it deserves. I mostly hear people say, yeah, it's just okay, it's fine, but yes, I would agree with people. It's not as good as Coco, and not as good as like probably the three anime films I mentioned earlier. But the Book of Life is pretty much one of them. Is just amazing, brilliant masterpiece. And by the way, this movie was, how dare you Oscars snub this movie at the Oscars? I mean, this and the Lego movie got nominated for that the overrated disaster that is the box shows. Yeah, wow. And yeah, I could have took off the box shows, and I think I would have removed one more to replace it with a Book of Life, because seriously, the Book of Life should have been nominated for best animated feature, because it really feels like an Oscar worthy a movie. Yeah. So what are the nominees again? Yes. Yeah. I mean, the Tale of Princess Kaguya. Honestly, I think I could have removed the Tale of Princess Kaguya and the box shows and replaced them with Lego Movie Book of Life. Oh yeah, maybe oh yeah, so you know yeah. Not only did this movie got snubbed for best anime feature at the Oscars, but it even got snubbed at the Golden Globes as well. Wow, what a freaking shame! This movie didn't get a single award nomination. That's probably why this movie is underappreciated, because it doesn't have any award recognition. But for me, I mean, this movie, I'll probably award this movie for the most visually stunning anime film of 2014. And yeah, this movie is absolutely gorgeous. And also, I'd award Manola and Maria for being the best couple of 2014. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna give The Book of Life a 10 out of 10. Maybe one of the lower tier 10 out of 10 movies because of the nitpicks, but I really have a soft spot for this movie. I can see why this is one of my favorite movies my favorite movies back then. Even if it's not one of my favorite movies now, this movie has a special place in me. So yeah, what's your opinion on the Book of Life? Do you agree with me that this movie is an underrated masterpiece, or do you think it's just alright? Or do you prefer Coco over this, or do you think that the Book of Life is better? I've heard people say that the Book of Life is better than Coco, and I understand that. I totally understand. So yeah, comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my movie review on Wreck-It Ralph for its 10-year anniversary. So yeah, bye guys.